Good evening and welcome to our information session for Webelos and Arrow of Light Week at Resica Falls for the summer of 2025. Very excited to have this opportunity to speak with you tonight a little bit about the Webelos and Arrow of Light program we're going to be having in camp that you will be attending. As a reminder, the chat feature is disabled. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, you can use the Q&A feature to ask us those questions. Some of those will answer in the question and answer feature. Others we will answer aloud for everybody that is in the webinar. This webinar is being recorded. It will be posted afterwards, so you'll be able to share that out and review it at a later time. Right, I am Steve Mock. I am the camp director at Resica Falls. Jerry Reed and Matt Gutterman are the two assistant camp directors. Matt is on the call with us this evening. We have our program director, Dom Tomasetti, right? And then our assistant program director, Jake Walsh. And Jake is sort of taking the lead on our Webelos and Arrow of Light program. So Jake's going to be talking all about that this evening. As we go through and look at different points, we're going to talk a little bit about preparing you for camp and preparing your Webelo or your Arrow of Light for their week in camp. Go over some health and safety guidelines. Jake's going to dive into some program highlights. And then Matt's going to talk all about the first day, checking in, arrival, and what that first Sunday in camp is going to be like. So sit back, enjoy, and we'll get sharing our information. So, what to bring to camp, right? Some things that we need to make sure that we're bringing to camp. All paperwork for each participant, and we'll touch upon that in a little bit, especially our health and safety paperwork. Necessary medications, if anyone is taking medication, whether that is one of the Webelos or that is one of the adults that is coming on the trip, make sure you have your medication. Poncho or raincoat's very important. It could rain 15-20 minutes and then be sunny just like it did tonight. It was raining during dinner ended, now the sun's back out. Cub Scout, your Webelos uniform, right? We typically wear our uniform shirts and during evening flag lowering as well as dinner. All your different clothes for the week, right? Shorts, t-shirts, socks, underwear, the different things that you're going to need. It gets chilly at night sometimes in the Poconos as well. So maybe a hoodie or a fleece jacket, some long pants, just so that you can have what you need for the week. Definitely have a water bottle with you and a backpack to help carry some of your stuff around. You'll be staying in a canvas tent, and you and your tent buddy will each have your own cot inside the tent. But you're going to need a sleeping bag or maybe some blankets and a pillow. Make your stay in camp a little more comfortable. Definitely want to keep your dirty clothes separated from your clean clothes. So have a little bag to keep your dirty clothes in so you can take them home at the end of the week. Swimsuit and towel. We have a big pool here at Resica Falls with a water slide. So you definitely want to make sure you have your bathing suit for the time at the pool as well as when you head up to the lake. Your toiletry kit, and so your soap and toothbrush and toothpaste, right? Sunscreen, all those things. A flashlight for getting back into your campsite, and definitely some comfortable closed-toed shoes for walking around camp. Don't want any flip-flops or sandals. You're going to be kicking around some rocks then. You want to make sure you have nice closed-toe shoes on. We're going to have an overnighter that Jake's going to go into a little more detail with for the Arrow of Light Scouts. Definitely need a sleeping bag for that. If you have a tent, you can bring that as well. And then you need to have your pocket knife for that overnighter as well if you have your whittling chip or your chef knife. So health and safety forms, okay? These are going to be the annual health and medical record It's parts A, B, and C. All three parts need to be completed for everybody coming to camp, both cubs and adults, right? The form is valid till the end of the 12th month, right? So if the physical was administered on July 3rd, 2024, it's going to be valid until July 31st of 2025. An important thing to keep in mind is that the Webelos week ends on August 2nd. So it's going to be really close to that end point. Make sure you double check for all signatures, right? And when you come in, you're going to turn in a copy of the medical form. You should keep the original of that form. Couple things to keep in mind: drink lots of water while you're in camp, shower daily, ask the staff for help. The staff is there to make sure you have a great time in camp. So ask the staff if you need help, directions, or not sure where to throw out your trash or where to even fill up your water bottle. They'll be happy to help you out. And then visit the health lodges needed, right? If you get hurt or something happens, you need to go to the health lodge so that they can help take care of you. Right? So we need to make sure that you have that annual health and medical record like I talked about. We also have a drug administration record, which is for all participants to complete, right? Section 1 looks at over-the-counter medications, things like Tylenol or cough medicine if somebody gets sick, all right? And then Section 2 is anyone that has prescription medications. Section 1 needs to be filled out by everybody. Section 2 just needs to be filled out by those that have prescriptions, whether they are a Webelo or they are an adult, right? Both of these forms are available for download at resicafalls.org/documents, right? And you can download those forms, get those filled out and taken care of, and bring them with you for your stay at camp.
All right, everybody. As Steve said, I'm Jake, our assistant program director. And again, like you said, I took the lead on it. Last year, I was our Webelos director. So I had the unique opportunity of not just running the program, but also I got to write it again this year to make it the tweaks a little bit better. So some highlights we have for our program this year include a blacksmithing presentation down at our shop, our Cowboy BB program, which will go into the BBs in terms of our advancement on the next slide, but we will also be doing a Cowboy Action style BB Monday night. Gaga ball, other sports. We have a ton of sports, so within the schedule, I allocated a bunch of free time as well as some designated sports time. So that would be perfect for those sports that we offer here. Every day 3:30 except for Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we have a free swim. And then Tuesday and Thursday night, we also have our night owl swims at our pool. This year's theme is Pirate, the search for Scouting's treasure. So we have a bunch of activities. Monday night, we have our Mariners tournament, which is basically our sports tournament. So we'll throw a bunch of sports on the parade field and you know have at it. Ranjo's night raid, Tuesday night is a night hike, which will be the same night as the AOL overnighter. So while the AOLs go on an overnighter, the Webelos will get the opportunity to go on our night hike and explore camp that way and see more of the story going on at Resica Falls. And Wednesday, the big event is our Barnacle Bash, which is our games up at the lake, where we're going to play a bunch of water-themed games. And the characters from the main skit will be around, and they'll pal around with you, and they'll go around to each activity and play all the games with you. With that, of course, I mentioned some traditional things we have at Scouts BSA camps, but of course, one of the mainstays is campfires. We have a campers campfire, which we're going to encourage all the Cubs to get involved with as well. Come up with some skits, put them on. And then we'll have our closing campfire. We'll have some awards and everything presented to Scouts and Cubs this year. On the next slide, we'll go into advancement. So I looked at advancement again in supporting that year-round program. For Webelos, we're looking to get done Chef's Knife, Art Explosion, Earth Rocks, Webelos Walkabout, Aquanaut, Catch the Big One, and Paddle Onward. I'm trying to hit a bunch of areas, so you'll see a similarity for the AOLs. A knife education advancement, um, an ecology one, a required one with the Webelos Walkabout, and then a bunch of aquatic stuff that we'll do on a specific day. The AOLs will have knife safety, outdoor adventurer, champions for nature, into the wild and into the woods. So they'll get that additional ecology stuff where the Webelos have the art advancement. AOLs also will be doing swimming, fishing, and paddlecraft. Um, we're structuring the schedule this year to try and keep them together as much as possible. In previous years, we've sent them separate ways, like we would patrols. This year, keeping it more structured, we wanted to keep them more close as a unit, moving together as a group. So most of the activities they're going to be together for, except for things like the AOL's Four Champions for Nature will have like their conservation project. So they'll split off for a little bit there, and then they'll come back together that night to finish off their afternoon adventure activities. And then, of course, for advancement, we're going to offer BB and archery, both the Weeblo and the AOL level. Different for BB, the same for archery, I believe. And they're going to do those together as well.
Great. We're just a few short weeks away from having you all join us at camp. And we wanted to talk through the check-in process a little bit, so you're prepared for your first day and the arrival process. So check-in for all participants in the Webelos program will take place between 12:30 and 1 o'clock on Sunday. And you'll start at Resica Elementary School. That's where all of our Scouts BSA units start as well. There's a short process to go through there before you head on to main camp. When you get to the elementary school, head to the back parking lot and look for us at the yellow tent. Um, that yellow tent is the starting point for everyone, and we'll send you on to the different stations from there. As you come to check in, please bring with you a copy of your MyDot scouting roster or some form of verification that you're registered in scouting. So as a reminder, all of the youth and adults need to be registered in scouting to participate in this program. So you can bring a copy of your membership card, your record from MyDot Scouting, just something that shows that you're registered. If you have questions about that, please reach out. We're happy to help walk you through the process there. In addition to that verification piece, please bring with you your medical forms to that check-in station. We're going to go through a process of kind of reviewing and verifying your membership status, checking those medical forms to make sure everything's all good, and then going through a quick health officer orientation and health check. Once we have a majority of the Webelos through that process, we'll send you on over to camp, sort of as a unit, where you'll continue through the rest of the check-in at camp itself. So when you get to camp, you'll be unloading your gear into our camp vehicles. We try and reduce the number of vehicles going around main camp, just for the safety of all of our campers. So you'll get to camp, follow the instructions of the staff in camp. They'll have you unload all your gear into our trucks and we'll drive it to the campsite for you. Again, just to reduce the number of vehicles. And you'll have the opportunity to meet the Webelos and Arrow of Light week staff that'll spending their time with you that week. They'll guide you through the rest of the process in camp, which will include things like an aquatic safety talk and swim tests at the pool. You'll go through a dining hall orientation to understand what meals look like and what that process looks like. During your dining hall orientation, you'll also have the opportunity to meet with our chef to talk through any dietary restrictions you may have and make sure that we're able to accommodate those fully. And then you'll also get a tour of camp so that you know your way around throughout the week. Dinner on Sunday night is buffet style, which is a little bit different than the rest of the week. It's a little bit more free flowing, so you'll have the opportunity to get settled into your campsite, spend some time and meet some of the other Webelos and Air of Light participants that week, and potentially go and get dinner together. And then later on in that evening, we'll have our evening flag ceremony and opening campfire. And we're excited, as Jake said, to introduce you to the theme this summer with the pirate theme and the search for Scouting's treasure. All right, I think that's all the scripted content that we have for you. At this point, we want to take the opportunity to answer any questions that you may have. I have seen some questions coming in through the Q&A feature. Steve, is there anything that you wanted to call out?
Yeah, so there's a question here about being registered, right? So to participate in the program, and adults need to be registered in Scouting for the overnight experience, right? It's a week-long experience. So any adults that are coming do need to be registered in Scouting, right? Just to clarify that point. Obviously, the Webelos and the Hour of Lights, they're registered, but so then do the any adults that are coming on the trip as well. Right. All right, Jake, there's a couple questions coming in here. So one is about sleeping bags and the overnighter and stuff. So you want to talk about that a little more detail?
Yeah. So when it comes to sleeping bags, yeah, we recommend a sleeping bag. For the general sleeping, they'll be sleeping in one of our canvas tents, I believe, as we said before. But for that Arrow of Light overnighter specifically, they'll be sleeping in a tent for a one night camp out, which will be run by our Resica Ranger staff. So they'll want a sleeping bag, maybe a hoodie, and some long pants because it could get cold, especially as we start getting closer to that August time frame at night. So an extra blanket would be nice too during that overnighter. Things like that you'll want to keep in mind as you're packing. If they have a tent, we would much appreciate it because we have a limited amount of tents to go around for an overnighter. So if you're able to provide and send your cub with a tent that they can use for that one night excursion, that'd be awesome. But throughout the rest of the week, they will just be using one of our canvas tents and sleeping on one of our cots.
Awesome, thanks, Jake. Are you permitted to bring some trail mix? We have a abundance of wildlife at Resica Falls. So if we're going to keep things locked up and sealed up tight, then yeah, that's going to be okay. There'll be time where Jake and the other people putting on the program might have some s'mores in the campsite and stuff. We just have to be mindful not to be leaving stuff out or having the scouts have their stuff in tents, any food in their tents, because we don't want any little furry friends visiting in the night.
I see a question here about a hammock. Absolutely not. Definitely no restrictions on them. Just keep in mind weather. We do have those canvas tents to stay in. So if you wanted to, if you wanted to spend a night out in a hammock, that's totally good. Um, just and then you can go back in, weather dependent. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Thanks, Jake. And just the site that everyone will be staying in for this program. Jake, we've mentioned the canvas tents and the cots, but there are also two pavilions in the site. In the sites, it's going to be two different campsites right next to each other. There's pavilions on a concrete pad. Those pavilions have electric, and there's lights in the pavilion. So they're going to be there at your disposal as well as a little update about the site. Okay. As far as tenting assignments go, they're a two-person tent. Okay. We haven't looked at the specifics around tenting assignments yet, but there should be plenty of space for everybody that is coming to the program, and we'll be able to work all that out ahead of time. The names of the sites that you are in are Bear Paw and Deer Run. All right. So, I think that the questions seem to have slowed down a little bit here. So we should be good to go, right? As I mentioned in the beginning, there is a recording of this that will be available in the next couple days at youtube.com/Resica Falls. We'll also send probably a link out to it when we do a reminder email about a week before the start of the Webelos Week and Hour of Light program. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at hello@resicafalls.org. That's an email address that goes to myself, Matt, Jake, and other members of the team. And we'll get back to you and be happy to answer your questions, whether it's about the site or the program, whatever it might be. So we're really excited to have everybody joining us for this program this summer. This is our 4th year doing it, and it keeps getting better and better each year. So make sure you share out the webinar. If you want to go back and look at it, feel free to do so, and send those questions to hello@resicafalls.org. But until then, see you in camp.